Good afternoon. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order for the Board of Equalization and Review. And before we get started, let me kind of roll through what our role as a board is and kind of how we'll run the meeting. You know, today we'll try to keep it as relaxed as we can, but we got to have some semblance of order when we do it. So we're the 2025 Board of Equalization and Review for Union County, and we have been appointed by the county commissioners to hear all taxpayers with respect to concerns/complaints regarding the valuation of their property for tax purposes. Property owners appearing before the Board of Equalization and Review have a right to a fair and equitable hearing. The Board of Equalization and Review has been charged with ensuring that the proper legal principles have been applied in a valuation dispute for tax purposes. So the way the meeting will work, before we call you up front, the county will come up and they will locate the property on the monitor so we're all looking at the same thing. And when you come forward, just make sure you speak into the mic. And the book there that you have is the same book we have here, okay? At that time, just go ahead and present your information to us. And we ask that you please keep it to 10 minutes. The clerk, after about 8 minutes, will give you like a 2-minute warning, okay? And after you present your information, members of the board will have a chance to ask questions of you. After that, you'll have a seat, and then the county will come forward. They'll present their information. Members of the board will have an opportunity to ask questions, to the county. After they have a seat, we will give you like a 5-minute rebuttal to come back forward, okay? I would remind you that the meeting is being recorded and that if you're presenting any sales data today, that data needs to be as of 1/1/25 or before. It cannot be, we just can't look at anything that's February, March, April of this year, because the effective date of the property reevaluation is 1/1/25. Any questions need to be directed to me as chairman. After we hear all the cases today, we'll go into the deliberation phase of the hearing. You're welcome to stay for that as well. We typically will not take any questions. If both parties are here, we will take questions so we can give both parties a chance. But if not, we typically do not take questions during the deliberation phase. After the board makes their decision, you'll typically be notified, by the county within 30 days, and that'll be in writing. By statute, the burden of proof is on the taxpayer to demonstrate that the assessment is erroneous. Only individual taxpayers or licensed residential or certified real estate appraisers licensed to do business in North Carolina may express an opinion of value of real property. No other persons, whether attorneys in fact, attorneys at law, or corporate representatives are entitled to express an opinion of value on real property. Any questions from anybody before we get started? If not, if you would, make sure you have your cell phone silenced. I didn't do that last time. And Madam Clerk, we will go ahead and get started.
The first hearing tonight is hearing number 1, parcel 07075-411, Randy and Christine Adderman. Let the record show they are not present.
Okay.
The second hearing tonight is parcel 07063-524, Roger and Alexander Griffin.
Good evening. This first hearing is in Lake Park, which you can enter it from Indian Trail Road or Church Faith Road. I have it pulled up here, and this is.
Get the circles.
And this is the close-up on it.
There we go.
So it's in Lake Park.
Okay, got it?
Okay.
Okay.
You have to understand.
Mr. Griffin?
I'm looking at the valuations, and I know in like 2023, it seemed like the properties were worth more. But like the most recent one that I see on here was on Mimosa Street, and valuation, I think, was like 407 what the house sold for. And when I go through and I look at the pictures of these houses on Zillow, the condition inside them, they're far superior to what mine is. I mean, they're landscaped, the insides are all remodeled. Whereas, I mean, I go to my house, I mean, which I'm embarrassed by the picture that you have up there, I mean, but my yard is mulched, so I don't have the same quality of landscaping. Inside my house, I'm still living in 1990. I still got gold fixtures. I still got wallpaper on my walls. It's not pretty. I like to tell people I'm slightly feral
Yeah.
as a single man, but it's kind of what happens. But, I mean, there's a number of things that, I mean, my house isn't structurally in any kind of bad condition, but, I mean, I am at the end of life of the roof, and I do have my air conditioner units and heating units need to be replaced. So I think it's an unfair comparison to compare me against these houses that have sold for substantially more than what the valuation of my property is. Now, will you get it down to $350,000? I seriously doubt that, but I think somewhere around like $390 would be fair to me and fair to you guys at the same time.
And then you are aware of the current value at $424,600?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
I still think it's too high compared to, especially that property on Mimosa, where you can look at it. I mean, everything's been redone. It's got nice new windows, which I don't have. It's got new wood flooring. I'm still living in carpet with 4 dogs.
Right, okay.
So it's not pretty, but I mean that's what you get with a single man.
Right, okay.
And a son living together. It's not the prettiest thing.
All right. Let me see if members of the board have any questions. Mr. O'Keefe, you have,
Do you have any comps for us to look at or other?
Well, I'm just looking at the
samples,
comps that were provided by Letitia.
And they're not, you don't like those comps?
When you're looking at all the comps, they're all of way better quality than mine, and they have brick facades. They got new windows. I mean, it's a 2-story house. You can make it comparable, but mine is not the same quality, and I don't have brick. There's 0 brick on my house, which I know I can't bring up sales from 2025, but literally the house today is selling for $440,000, which is a ranch, which is all brick, and it's far superior to mine. And if they can only get $440,000 for that house, I mean, and then you have me next door, and I mean, you can see the picture of my house. I mean, please don't pull it up. I mean, but at the same time, I mean, it's apples and oranges on that. I think the valuation is way too high on mine.
Yeah, but there's no examples of houses that you would say, here's something more comparable to my house, this is what it's worth.
I couldn't find any of the, well, like I said, there was one right across the street from me that sold in August, but I can't bring that up, but it sold
No.
for
But
$310,000.
Anything from last year, what happened this year, we can't look at.
Yeah, I get that, but I mean, even compare me to the comparison, I mean, you can go by, well, all these houses should be this valuation, but I'm not equivalent to that. I mean, when I go through here and I look at the quality and condition, I don't want to discount my own house, but I know that my house is not the same condition of these other houses I'm being compared to. I mean, it's not the same build quality because they have brick, I don't have brick, they have new windows, I don't. They got new HVAC units, I don't. I'm at end of life of all these things. Like I said, I'm living in 1990. My AC units is, which I can show you a picture of my AC units. You look at that, it's still 1990, 91 on those components.
Thank you.
And so it'll take a substantial amount of repair to get to the quality of the other houses. But my house is structurally sound and I don't have any issues like that. I need a substantial amount of repairs to make it where, for a woman to ever want to come to my house.
right. Gotcha, okay. Mr. Ashcraft.
All the stuff you're saying that's bad with your house, did you provide pictures for us to see?
I didn't, because, I mean, it was kind of, I mean, you can look
Okay.
at the picture right there in my house, and you can see the stuff in my
Yeah,
yard. I
I'm
mean,
looking at it right now, I've got the picture on this.
and it said I had to have it in by like 9:20. And I mean, I know you say it's my burden of proof to prove, but I mean, I kind of feel invaded taking the pictures of the inside of my house to discount my house, especially when it's
Okay,
for the public.
got it.
I mean, otherwise, I mean, if I were showing you the picture and it was just you personally, I don't really have a problem, but I don't really want to Because it's all on camera, and I don't need, I don't want to be intruded upon that way. And I mean, I know you guys have a different perspective, but, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I
All
don't
right.
have any questions.
Well, let us hear from the county, if you would have a seat, hear from the county, and then after the county presents their information, like I said before, I'll give you a chance for a 5-minute rebuttal if you need it, okay?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms. Wiggins.
The only thing that I really have is based on the compare that we did, and we did lower it to the 424,600. I can go over some of the comps that we did use. I did pull on the compare number one, I did pull it because, and I let it to hold more value to the compare because it has had no updates. It still has a laminate kitchen, original countertops, popcorn ceilings. It's actually less square footage than the subject, and it sold for $370. The others, comp number two, I think that's the one that had the majority of some renovations done, but it wouldn't be to the point that we would change the condition of the property. It was just mainly a homeowner upgrading their stuff throughout. They did have some hardwood floors. They did the kitchen with some stainless steel, but nothing to change the grade from average to like a good or very good or something like that. And in comp number three is kind of the same thing. They just did some upgrades as far as a new garage, just some new carpet in the house, and that would be pretty much standard for a home that was built in like 1995. And the fourth comp is still the same. They just did some renovations as far as just upkeep on their homes. Most of the things they did were years ago, starting from 2020. I think they just replaced their appliances and stuff like that, but it wasn't for the sale because they did it gradually, like from 2020 to 2021, some of the upgrades in their homes. But it still wasn't enough for us to change the condition of the property from average. So the county was saying that we would just go with the compare to the 424,600 because we felt like the comparable sales report reflected the value.
Yeah, it looked like comp number one was a pretty strong comp, even though
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
smaller. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just the difference in the square footage,
yes.
maybe. And questions for the county, Mr. Ashcraft?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Okay. Mr. O'Keefe?
If it goes from a good minus to what is next in bringing it down? Is it
Bringing it down.
from a quality standpoint? If you go from a good to a good minus to what is,
Well, the neighborhood has the quality, the condition is usually what we would change from,
for the whole neighborhood?
yeah. I mean, the quality is what we would change for a whole neighborhood, and the condition would be individually. And we have average on there.
Is there anything less than average?
I believe so.
But that's extreme.
I mean, he would have to show some proof that, we should bring the
Lower,
value
yeah.
down.
Gotcha.
Okay. Thank you,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Wiggins.
Can I step on that you made the 370? I saw 370, or is that, okay.
Any final comments, Mr. Griffin? If you just make sure you're
I would
speaking
say-
to the mic, make sure we're in the mic there.
Well, I mean, I don't know if Letitia would if she would dispute that. I mean, I'm not the same condition as the comparables. I mean, if you pulled up any of those other lots and you looked at the lots, none of them look like my lot. They all have grass and different things. When you take the front picture of my house, you can't see the house. The shrubs are high enough. And just same with these, I mean, they're all pretty houses. I'm not a pretty house. I don't want to denigrate my house too much, but I think it's not necessarily, it's not equal comparison between the two.
Okay. Well, I think we understand where you're coming from, and when we go into deliberations, we'll look into that piece of it as we go, okay?
And if you really needed a picture, I mean, I can give you pictures. It's just something I just kind of felt, and I talked to Letitia about it, it's like, I felt just kind of violated in doing it. I mean,
Right.
I think that picture there, that's an embarrassment enough to show that, if I would have known that, I mean, it kind of makes me not want to be here. I'm kind of ashamed of the picture.
No.
So,
You're fine. Fine.
but, I mean, you
Okay.
get where I'm coming from.
I understand.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Griffin.
I don't need to be here anymore, right?
No, you're free to go. You're welcome to stay for deliberations, but you're free to go.
I will deliberate me while I'm here. Will they deliberate?
We'll hear all the cases, and then we go into the deliberation phase, but you're free to go, but you are welcome to stay for the deliberation phase of the hearing, okay? Which will be later on, just depends how long it takes us to get through the agenda, okay? So, Madam Clerk?
The next hearing will be hearing 3, parcel 082340008B, Cindy and Eddie Dermott. Let the record show they are not present. The next hearing will be hearing 4, parcel 020210002, Timothy Ubele.
Hello,
Hello?
how are you?
Doing fine, Ms.
This
Chastain.
property is located in the eastern part of the county, and it is right on the Anson County-Union County line. Whoa. Just to scroll out a little bit so you can see where we
Okay.
are here. Hasty Road,
Yes, south of 74.
uh-huh,
Yeah, okay.
exactly. So part of this parcel is in Union County and part is in Anson County. So it's a split parcel.
Okay.
And here's a close parcel.
All righty.
Good
Good
evening.
afternoon. Is
First,
that, if we have your name right? Is it-
Timothy Ubeli.
Ubeli.
Like Jubilee, but no J.
Okay, Ubeli. Okay, there we go. Thank you.
First, I want to apologize. I thought I brought a change of clothes when I was at the VA, and I didn't.
Well, you're
So,
fine, man. You are.
The,
I was
So
moving
as-
furniture before I came, so.
as she said, my parcel splits. I didn't know what I sent, what I didn't send, so I brought a copy of what I'm going to be using. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
necessary.
What we have will be in the book.
Okay.
there-
Most of that you have. I got
Yeah.
more information last night that was new from the county.
Okay.
So basically, first, I bought the house in June of 2021, and immediately, they put my sale price was $340,000. They took half of that at $170,000 as the value of that land, where saying that my 12 acres with my house, barn, and shop was worth the same amount, which I don't see how that's accurate, how that can say, you know. And some of the comps I had given them, one was 0206403 Echo, which you guys have, and then also the same number with Romeo. The acreage was different, and the price was inaccurate, and they did acknowledge it, and they did fix that price, and they did lower the price from $21,000 to roughly $16,000 an acre. And when I asked why it still stayed so high, they said that there were some old buildings on it, but they were of no significance. Well, on the E part, which is what is used, yes, there's some old buildings, and there are some old buildings on the parcel that's R, but people are living there. I drove by there today and I talked to them. They are living on the property, so it can't be that those buildings are insignificant, and both those properties are together on the same deed. So if you're gonna use that price and say that, and show the parcel ending in Echo and not the one ending in Romeo, you're skewing the price. Because if you're living there, then obviously those buildings are of significance. The other parcel that I wanted to dispute as one of the comps was 02077012. That parcel, it is 3 miles from the city limits of Marshville. That's more of a better location than out in the middle of nowhere. And I don't think that would directly, accurately reflect what my land is worth. Now, the parcel 02021006 Bravo is literally 2,000 feet north of my property. So you would have my property, and then a property, and then another one, and that comped for $8,500 an acre. I mean, we're right next to each other, almost neighbors. I mean, that would give you a pretty accurate comp on what my farm is worth. And then I understand that, I did give evidence of comps in Anson County, and I understand this is Union County, but as you guys were told, my property spans the county line. I'd love it if everything can go one county or the other. I get a whole bunch of calls for vacant land, and I have to tell them I live on the property. But across the street from me, on the county line, but on the Anson side, land went for $6,900 an acre. And there's several others that I had put in there that they said that it didn't count. I understand it's different county, but it's not like I'm in Weddington. You would have to count for the fact that it's all farmland. I mean, one side of the county, the other, it's like you're telling me when I walk up my county line on my property, to the left of me, it's 10,000 an acre, and to the right of me, it's 7,000 an acre. I mean, that's ridiculous. So 4 properties, if I recall correctly, 4 properties of they gave me 9 comps. 4 of them I was able to dispute to show with the deed that there was more acreage actually that was recorded, and it then dropped the price of those 4, which you would think would then overall lower the cost of my acreage. But what I just received last night was that there was 14 acres listed as a new comp, which was not on the list before, and again, I just saw this last night, for $22,504 an acre. Oh, that actually caused after I proved that 4 comps were wrong and it lowered the price, this comp actually raised the price. But what's not said on this, the sale is listed as farmland, but it sits on Lake Twitty with 800 feet of lakefront. So how can you take 800 feet of lakefront on 14 acres at 22,000 an acre and comp it to a farm in the middle of, well, there? I mean, it doesn't, I don't even see how that can be accurate, So there's so many discrepancies. There were so many clerical errors. And I do have the parcel number is 09075001 Echo. And I know, again, I apologize. I was just given this in an email last night, so I
We
wasn't able.
don't see that, I don't think, in the county's comps. I mean, we'll have the county speak to it, but I don't.
Yeah, I got,
Page 31.
I have the comp
Hold on
that they
just a minute.
gave me.
Hold,
Let him,
hold.
let him flip his page.
I apologize.
31,
31, I was on the wrong page.
That's all right.
second one down.
Okay, got it. I was on 32. Okay. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Mr. Eubank.
No, that's fine. So I was given comps when they originally assessed my land, and then they gave me the comps with the adjusted of the lower price per acre, but then threw in that one for 22,000 an acre. And like I said, it's 800 feet of lakefront. I mean, how do you comp that? And with me being on Lanes Creek as well, I'm also in a floodplain, which 6 of my acres was underwater when Helene came through. So, I mean, I want you guys, a request, sorry. I request that you guys can take a better look at this, because there are some clerical errors and there seem to be some more. And I understand you guys, I mean, a lot of everybody's property went up in Union County because, I mean, inflation, I get that.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm on the county line. I mean, I think I covered everything. I think I'm just repeating myself.
Do you have a number, price per acre, and you might have stated that, where on your opinion, of value of that property?
My opinion, considering right, like I said, 2 up is 8,500.
Yeah.
And the 6,900 across the street, I came up with around 7,500. Now, I understand that it's technically Anson County, even though it's on the border, but if anything, if anything that would show an accurate comp would be the land 2 lots north at 8,500. I still think it would be a little bit lower. Like I said, half my property is in Anson County.
Got you, okay. Let me see if members of the board have any questions for you, Mr. O'Keefe,
No, I want to hear from the county as to
Mr. Ashcraft.
how we,
So, I know you said you didn't provide an opinion of value of land. What was the value of the land before the reevaluation?
So the,
17.83 acres, whatever it is.
it actually, they had it down at 22 and a half to 20, it changed every year. They've actually been, Union County's been taxing me on 5 acres I didn't own. So I've been paying for 5 extra acres. And that was my original dispute.
What was the value per acre, even at 22 acres?
At 22 acres, the comp was at 22.91 acres. The comp came in at 10,463 an acre. When they adjusted it down to the 17.83 acres, it went up to 10,533 an acre. Like I said, that lakefront property was added in there.
No, you're not. When did you acquire this property?
2021 in June.
Okay, so you paid taxes on it in '24, did you not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What was the land value for your property then?
The reason why I was mentioning the acres, because the land value was based on a larger amount.
Yeah, but what?
It was 109,000 for 24 acres.
But I'm trying to get you to tell me what the value of the land was by the county, even though it was 22 acres, and that's what I'm trying to get you to. I don't know how much it was, so I'll find out through the county.
I'm
I
sorry,
don't
yeah,
care.
no, the tax
I'm
value
good.
I was given was 109,000. I don't know what it would have been.
So it went from 109 to 187.8.
And with the original acreage, before they correct the acreage for acre to acre, it went from 109,000 to 239,000.
Right.
So it more than doubled. They dropped it to 187 when they correct the error of overcharging me for acreage.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
All right. If you would, let us hear from the county, and then after we have questions for them, I'll give you a rebuttal period, up to about 5 minutes, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You
Thank
would
you,
just have a seat.
Mr. Chairman,
Excuse me, yeah, Mr. Helms?
just did quick math for y'all. In 2024, we had 100,400 on it. And based on the 17.83 acres that we have listed here, that's $5,630, so $5,600 per acre.
It was 5,600.
Yeah, it was. yes.
Back in '21, when it was
In
reevaluated.
2024, it did change, in 2021, it was 109,000, so it would have been just slightly above that.
Okay.
It did change value from 2023 to 2024, from 109 to 100,400.
Okay.
And the 100,400 equates to 5,600 per acre.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, Ms.
So-
Chastain?
All right, so beginning with the comparable sales. So on, I guess we should start, page 15 through 19 is where our mappers readjusted the square foot, the acreage, excuse me, for the discrepancy with Anson County.
Okay.
So they actually contacted Anson County and worked all of that out. So that's that email. And then 29, starts on page 29 to 32. This is the email that was sent to the taxpayer on August the 29th, answering all the questions that he had, each one, and adjusting the acreage. So he was sent that on August the 29th in an email detailing each item that he had in question. And we did adjust it based on that. So there is that. His acreage does have some flood on it as well. Let me,
Is that the
I
map?
think the one. So the parcel that he was questioning why it's so low at the 8,500 an acre,
There's a lot of,
this is the parcel.
which has a lot of floodplain, doesn't it?
So it has all three floods, and the shape, if you'll notice, this is cut out. This is a house here. So this is cut out, and so the portion not in flood is this funky shape here. So we still allowed that to be used as a comp, for land, because you're gonna have, with interpolation, everything's pulled in, and as we've discussed before, everything is valued without discounts, and then the discounts get applied accordingly for each parcel. So if they have flood, if they have shape, whatever the situation is. And so that makes the price go down according to the influences that are on that parcel. So allowing this parcel to be part of the consideration for the land value for his parcel gives the advantage, so to speak. Okay, so you're gonna have some that have advantages and some that have disadvantages. That's pulling in all the rural acreage to come up with land values. So that's just an example. He's mentioning the lake lot, which is number 2 on page 31. And I did run another analysis, and I removed that just to see what would happen. And in removing that one and bringing in just everything in the 4201,000 section, which is his, I added some more sales in there to show what it would be like, and it came up higher. So I didn't even call him because I didn't know that that was a question that he had, but I saw that. And even though we would leave it, because there's advantages and disadvantages when you're pulling large acreage, if you're gonna allow the one that has the most influence on it and the shape and all of that, then you're probably gonna also allow some that are not quite as influenced, and it balances out. But I did take that out, and it did come in higher. So I didn't raise that situation because it wasn't raised to me, but I did run it. I did run the comparable sales. I also pulled everyone around him to make sure that we were in line. There's large acreages around him, so, there's some that are close, and then you jump to 76 acres, 90 acres, and so forth. So of course, it's going to adjust accordingly. But I do have, we did check that just to make sure that it was being applied appropriately. So I'm not sure if I answered all of the things that he raised, but we did, for the questions that he had for me, that he sent me, I answered all of those in that email on August the 29th. And we corrected whatever data was not there. I think one sale, the system did not pull at all. We added that, and we corrected the acreage on the one that he had in question. Actually, I think there were 2. And actually, just so you know, I know he mentioned the one ending in, I think it's E and R together, those 2 parcels from the original sales data. And it is, I think, the 4th one, 003E. When I pulled the lake lot out, I also pulled that out. So just so you know, I pulled both of those out of the equation because that's in the 4204,000 section. And even though I don't think it should have been pulled, I did anyway. I did it just to see. So I did check that as well. So I pulled that out and the lake lot out.
And let me make sure I follow. Even when you
Okay.
pull the Lake Twitty property out,
Correct.
by pulling it out, it goes up.
It does, because any kind of sales data, you're gonna have ups and downs,
Right.
right? So, you can pull in other acreage that is not on the lake, and it may sell for almost just as high, and it did. So
So that's what, okay.
you're gonna have different, there's some that are low, some that are high. And there's probably different reasons for those sales, but we allow all the sales data in and we let it adjust accordingly, just like we didn't kick this one out, because it sold so low at 8,500 an acre, so.
Yeah, I was just a little curious why that was in there, period.
Yeah, it's
with
part of
all-
the,
with
it's
all
part of the
land
rural,
sales.
it was listed in part of the rural acreage. It's
Right.
not, yep, so that's why.
Okay. All right. Questions for the county, Mr. Axcraft?
This isn't the parcel that we're talking about, is it?
Yeah, let's
This is
get,
the one that he had in question at
And you
8,500.
explained it greatly. Let's get back to his parcel.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the floodplain stuff, That's where I'm coming from. It's just kind of, let's just start right there.
Okay.
And do your floodplain and see what's on there. Okay, did you give any discount for, I don't even know, 5% of the land that's in floodplain?
Yes, sir.
You did do
All-
that?
We do, he does have a discount for the flood
Okay.
that's on his, yes.
Where's that?
Where's what?
Where is that
she would have to
calculation?
tell us. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Can you tell us how many
Let's see.
acres?
So the acreage without the flood is 13.6289, and the influenced acreage is 4.2011.
Acres. Yep.
And that got 45 or?
It is, yes,
Got
sir.
it.
Okay.
Can I ask her another question?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Is there another, are there any houses or anything on this property?
No, this
Okay,
is,
I didn't-
this is land.
All right, this is good. All right, I feel better. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm done.
Mr. O'Keefe?
I'm done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Chastain. Mr. Ubeli, any final comments you'd like to make? or-
Yes, sir.
Okay, come forward.
They stated that they took out the 22,500 with the lakefront property. On the land sale there's 12 on here that they sent me last night. I don't know if it's in there, but I did bring an extra copy for you. Like I said, I just got this last night. And they said they took out the one with the double lot, the E and R, which was 21,000, but it dropped it to 16,000. On here, it's still on that list. But if you take those two off, then the comps that are left are 9,500, a little over 2,000, a little over 12,000, 8,500, 8,600, 6,900, 6,300, and 11,500 and 12,000. Most of those, I didn't want to pull out my phone because I didn't know if I'd get in trouble for having my phone up, but I was going to do the math. But I don't see how the 22,000 and the 16,000 taken out is going to still make my property over 10,000 an acre. And like I said, I just got this last night, and according to this, those two lots are still on my property, on the land value.
And I think it would be okay, board, help me with this. I mean, if Mr. Ubeli could sit with Ms. Chastain and they could discuss it.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
fine with me. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Ms. Chastain, is that something that you could maybe clarify for him while he's here? And then if we need to, I'll be glad to hear from you again.
Right, now-
Okay, so- Yeah. Does that sound good to y'all?
Well, that's kind of like taking a break and letting him work on getting his response.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
mean, I didn't know that was going to be, he can come back and talk to us.
Yeah, maybe at least get some clarification from Ms. Chastain.
That sounds good.
Yeah. If you can, if you're okay, maybe Ms. Chastain can help clarify some of your questions, okay? So, anything else you'd like to mention? I think we understand where you're coming from, okay?
Yeah, no, just like I said, even you take those out, and the other lots that I had proved that they were lower, it doesn't make sense for mine to go up.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
does it mathematically.
I believe she can clarify that for you, so, okay? Appreciate it, okay, thank you.
The next hearing will be hearing 503-135-047E, Erica Nations. Let the record show they failed to appear. Hearing number 6 was a late reschedule, so the next hearing will be hearing number 7-07-144-654A, Carrie and Charles Funderburg. Let the record show they failed to appear.
Okay.
The next hearing is hearing 06003018, Brian and Lisa Parker. Let the record show they failed to appear. The next hearing is hearing 906150028, Joshua and Nicole Watts. Let the record show they failed to appear. The next hearing will be hearing 10, parcel number 07150-572, Mark Petrowski.
Afternoon, gentlemen.
Afternoon, Mr. Parker.
We are in Brookhaven in Weddington. This is Chestnut Lane. This is Antioch Church, or Antioch School, elementary school. I don't know if I'm too far out for you gentlemen here. Does that give you a ballpark?
Yeah, I know where we're at so
It's a
far.
big place, but
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yes,
know
sir,
where it is.
sorry.
I mean, you know, okay,
Let me get back over there for you.
you're good.
All right. Let me pull this up a little tighter for you gentlemen. Does that angle work for you?
Yeah,
I'm good.
and I think we've got some other pictures in our book too, so that's good.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, good afternoon,
Good
Commissioners.
afternoon. If I got the name right, Petrowski,
Yeah.
that's good? Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
I hear it many different ways.
Yeah.
But I'm the owner of 1002 Minden Drive. Appreciate the opportunity to speak with you today. As of August 5th, my home was valued at $774,400, which is about $234 per square foot. By August 28th, that was reevaluated to adjusted price of $755,700, which is about $228 per square foot. I understand that the reduction was offered by Union County as a compromise to my dispute, so I want to express my appreciation for that willingness, but I do still respectively decline that offer because I do believe it's still not accurately reflected of the true market value of my house. I am requesting a reassessment to $713,421 or lower, and I'd like to explain why that figure is more appropriate. My home has no upgrades. My home has not undergone any recent renovations. My neighboring properties have upgraded kitchens, bathrooms, flooring, smart home features, and more, but mine at this time does not. I do not have any premium features. I do not have a large backyard, an epoxy garage floor, or any other of the enhancements that typically increase property value. And the comparable properties that were provided. The attached comparison sheet shows that homes that have extensive upgrades, larger lots, and very different or more valuable floor plans, such as an open concept layout, bonus rooms, custom built-in, spa-like bathrooms, oversized garages, but all of those are being valued similar or even actually lower than mine per square footage. Some of the examples on the comps is 1025 Ellsmore Drive. That's about a 4,100 square foot property sold for $880,000, which is a $215 a square foot. They posted that the newest updates included basically a $7,000 full home water filter and softener, top-of-the-line epoxy garage floor, new second floor AC and furnace, new water heater, painted cabinets, new electric range, new roof, a huge bonus room, custom built-ins, private fenced yard, oversized garage, and an updated master bath. 1012 Sudbury Lane, just over 3,700 square feet, sold for $806,000, so about $233 a square foot. They said, newly renovated primary bathroom with marble countertops, frameless, glassless shower, freestanding tub, expanded laundry room with quartz countertops, soft closed cabinetry, spacious screened in porch, private backyard with lush landscaping and a modernized oversized garage. 1027 Ellsmore Drive, 3344 square feet, $700,209 a square foot. Open floor plan, private office, formal dining room, spacious bedrooms, walk-in closets, bonus loft, laundry room on second floor, open kitchen with large breakfast nook, stainless steel appliances, granite, walk-in pantry, private backyard patio, quick access to neighborhood clubhouse. I've noted this property as actually the most similar to mine, but missing a few items I just mentioned. 1010 Harrogate Lane, another comp, just under 4,100 square feet, sold for $845,207 a square foot. Really couldn't find any information about that home online. 1005 Studbury Lane, just over 4,000 square feet, $855,000, $212 a square foot. Private sale, never really listed on the open market, and I believe the seller retained possession after the closing. These homes have features and layouts that add significant value, yet their price per square foot is comparable to mine or lower than my house, which lacks these enhancements and premium floor plans. I do believe there is some assessment inconsistency with the recent change in the value from $774,400 to $755,700 just within a few weeks. Highlights the inconsistency and the need for a more thorough review. It also demonstrates that the initial valuation may have been overestimated. So I stand here not asking for special treatment. Sorry you had to stare at the top of my head for the entire time. I'm just not one for public speaking. But I do ask for a fair and accurate valuation based on objective comparisons provided by the Union County and to this true state of my home. So I do believe that the reassessment to the 713,421 or below would bring the valuation in line with market reality and ensure equitable treatment. Just to give an idea where I came up with that math, that was basically just taking the average of the price per square foot to the square foot of the homes that were provided by Union County for comps. And averaging that out did come out to about $215 a square foot, which then gave me the 213,421. And I really don't know how much onus we put on Redfin. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But just kind of starting with January of '24, it's at 651. Let's skip to May, where it does jump up to 705. Go to August, it's at 708. Go to October, 698, November 698, December 706. And then January 2025 shows 669. So a huge fluctuation of Redfin value, which doesn't even come close to the evaluation that Union County put on my house.
Okay, let me see if members of the board have questions. Mr. Ashcraft, you?
Yeah, those numbers that you were spitting out, where'd you get them from?
All the numbers, that was...
No, right at the end. You got it
Oh,
off the
that was
internet?
off of Redfin.
So in other words, you don't have that information in your book, in this booklet, do you? Do you have pictures of your house in this booklet?
No, I actually did submit screenshots of the Redfin
Okay.
evaluations, and I did get an
And when
email
you
saying
talk
that they
about those
would
other-
include that, but I did not see that in the book.
And when you, okay, so I don't have any information from you that, says those things. What I wanted was in your description of these comps that the county used, and I'm gonna say like comp one, you had some real nice things to say about the house. That house. And where did you get that information?
That's just off of the internet when it comes to the selling of that property.
I'm glad you said that. That was really good. That helps me a lot.
Yeah.
When they say I'm sure if you put your house on the market with a real estate agent, they'll come up with some nice things to say about your house. Just my observation, because I read those things too. I see them and go, wow. And I even know the houses that they're talking about.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't disagree.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I just
but-
know that many of these other homes that are selling have been
So
fully
you
more
don't really
upgraded.
have any pictures of your house, saying it's really much worse than the.
No, by no means am I saying it's much worse, because I did buy the home in 2018. What I'm saying is that from the time that these people bought their homes and then sold it, they put in those amount of dollars, which would then potentially bring my house up to the 7.
And you've been in all those houses and seen that it went up. You know what I mean? These houses, these comps. You said you've been in the house and you saw from 218 to when they put it on the market, you noticed all these things that were improved, or just did you notice it?
I'm going off of what I guess any buyer would find true to believe when they're looking for homes to purchase.
Okay.
But no, I did not step in the houses.
Okay. No more questions?
Mr. O'Keefe?
With the comps, you were given a square footage pricing, like for comp one, you said 209, I'm rounding. Comp two was 223. You're getting that number, just it's a raw footage calculation. I don't want to
That was just based pure square foot
divide it by sales.
by the
Got it.
sale price.
That's what, I just wanted to make sure, because I want to get to the bottom when I talk to the county about how their square footage price is. Thank you, that's all
And
I
I
got.
the only question I have, and I think I can get this from the county too, but the Ellsmore Drive properties, is that in the same section of Brookhaven as your house? I noticed they're
I
about.
believe Ellsmore is, yes.
Okay, so it's in the, I just noticed it was about a mile apart. I just wanted to make sure one was in Brookhaven, and two, it was maybe in the same section of
Yeah.
Brookhaven that your
So,
house
but, yeah,
is.
so then 1025 Ellsmore and also 1027 Ellsmore would be as well.
Right, okay, okay.
So you're telling, Mr. Chairman, get it right, you're saying comps 2 and 3 are closer to his house than comp 1, is that?
No,
how
I
you-
was looking at comp 1 and comp 3 of the counties. 'Cause he was-
Okay.
That's what he was,
They're neighbors.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what,
One
I
and
was
three
just
are-
looking at 1 and 3, but I was really looking at 1, and, which appeared to be a real good comp, and I
Yeah.
was just curious, about that.
okay.
Mr. Petrowski, okay? If you could have a seat, let's have the county come forward, and we'll hear from them, and then I'll give you a chance to respond.
Good afternoon. Our market analysis starts on page 26. We've got 5 comparables, all within the neighborhood. All are the same quality. All are very similar year built. All are the same condition. We do take into consideration that homeowners will do preventative maintenance. They'll do some additions from time to time, and we keep that in mind as well. But as far as total renovations and so on, I don't really see any. I did look at the appellant's information as far as what he provided on the comparables. I do see a lot of realtor speak as far as the language provided as far as for marketing purposes. But overall, we've got 5 2024 sales within the neighborhood that we feel are good comps that provide us with a good moving average for the valuation that we came up with.
Okay. Mr. O'Keefe, you have any questions?
I'm just getting into the argument of dollars per square foot as we roll along. Educate me on what we're using as dollars per square foot for this comp versus the quick math and why and how they compare.
So again, the larger the dollar per square foot, the lower, or the larger the square footage,
Yep.
the lower the dollar per. So we do have a few homes on here. Matter of fact, the majority of the homes are about 4,000 square feet.
Yep.
Okay, but we adjust, and you'll see the adjustments on there clearly. We adjust down for the square footage based on our schedule of values to come up with the adjusted sales price. And so, we adjust accordingly. We come up with the adjusted sales price, and then we take a moving average of that to come up with the overall value.
And so we're into the size either of, the lots are taken out of it because they're all valued exactly the same, regardless, they're all about the same size and sharing common areas, so that's the fairest way to do that.
Correct.
I get that, that's cool.
Correct.
But then with the square footage, the smaller the square footage we have to work with, the higher the dollar per square foot, because the house is basically worth what the house is next to it, but it may be a little bit smaller because it doesn't have a bedroom or whatever.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, that, I just want to understand so that everybody understands how we get to something that may look like it's too high a square foot, but it's actually proportionally in line with the neighborhood.
Correct. And as a general rule of thumb, the smaller homes are being pulled up by the larger homes around them.
Yes, that's, I always was told since I was a little boy, buy the smallest house.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Ashcraft?
Okay, so on the comp number 2, that's 826 feet from his house, after it sold for 876, but you took out 57,200 for square footage, which came down to a value of 818 for that house, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's what you use, and I'm gonna ask you, and you use that 818, and then, of course, the second one is 880. You took out 62,000 for that one, second comp, but that's like a mile away. But anyway, that's 820, and you still feel good. You started your value at 774. Now you got it down to 755.
Correct.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I'm good.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Parker.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Petrowski, any final comments you'd like to make, or?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the
Yeah, make sure,
difference-
yeah, let's get it to
Sorry,
the mic.
so when it comes to the differences of square footage, especially in my neighborhood, you'll see a lot of homes like mine. You will see a lot of rows of houses like mine, and you even can go to the completely opposite side of my neighborhood with the same exact house. But when you see the difference between 3,300 square feet and once you start reaching 4,000, 41, 42, now you start talking two-story houses with a basement that have a large deck. You start talking three-story houses that have a third floor that has a movie room or something else in it. So that's when I say that my house really isn't comparable to these other homes based on square footage to dollar amount. That's where I just think my house is one of those boring ones that's farthest away from the community center, whereas other homes that are either closer to the community center or have these other features will then potentially be worth more money.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Now, you talk about the number of houses that are identical to yours, and I'm sure you've been on the website and you've looked. Are those values in line with yours? The ones that are identical, the houses that you mentioned that are identical to yours, virtually identical?
I think when I initially did look, I mean, it was fluctuating between probably 720, 730 upwards to 770, which was
Right.
also
Where you started?
where I
Yeah.
started.
Yeah, okay. Because that's the equity portion that we have to look at too. Okay.
Yeah, and, I mean, again, if we are just going by square footage and we do want to take into account smaller homes, higher higher per square foot dollar amount. The Sudbury Lane, 1012, I mean, I wish I could have sold my house at that time for $6,000, but even that's at 233. Mine started at 228, or started at 234. So it was even more than that, very high amount. The adjustment on August 28th got it down to 228, which is still, is lower than that, but it's higher than all the other comps provided by far. There isn't one close to that.
But they're larger homes. Some of these are larger homes, keep in mind too.
True.
But they made the adjustment.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
what I was trying
Yeah.
to provide is all these comps are bigger, and you take out and you adjust $50,000.
That's where the
57,
major adjustment
and then
is.
you come down to 780 on the last two, 780 on the last one, 800, that's what I was saying. Unless he has comps.
Right.
You know, if he has comps of, we'll just assume in the same neighborhood, that might be roughly 3,300 square feet, you know? that, and he has comps and he has sales
Right.
for those comps, and it's $675, 675,000 or something, then I don't see anything. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, my closest comp, again, is that 1027 Ellsmore Drive that was valued at 700,000. Same square footage and same features.
Right.
And that was provided by Union County.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you for your comments. Okay? Appreciate it.
The next hearing is hearing 11-08-303-001D, Rick Lafferty and Joel Brewer. Let the record show they failed to appear.
All righty.
Hearings 12 and 13 were a late reschedule. That brings us to hearing 14, the settled staff recommendations.
Okay.
All right.
So we go into the deliberation phase now. Do we just, want to go back to tab 1 or?
That'd be fine with me,
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
We can roll.
Yep.
The first hearing under deliberation is parcel 07-075-411, Christine and Randy Adderman.
Okay. What's the pleasure of the board here?
Being that it was a no-show, make a motion we accept the county's current value of $616,300.
I have a motion from Mr. Ashcraft,
Second?
second from Mr. O'Keefe. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. So the motion's carried for the current value to remain on hearing 1.
Hearing 2, parcel 07-063-524, Roger and Alexander Griffin.
I thought the county provided some good comps. Really didn't hear much from him, except maybe how bad it is, but,
Well, it was a lot of normal maintenance.
yeah, if you kind of did that.
Yeah,
If-
Yeah, I think
Just-
you can come in and fix all that up. And
Yeah.
the inside of the house, I don't know about, but that's not, I mean, it's gonna be general maintenance that'll build into whether or not you've been
Yeah.
pumping money into your house or just leaving, that's just an economic decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I make a motion, we accept the county's value of $424,600.
second,
Have a motion from Mr. Ashcraft, second from Mr. O'Keefe. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. So the motion's carried for the current value to remain on hearing 2 of $424,600.
The next hearing is hearing 3, parcel 08-234-008B, Eddie and Cindy Dermott.
That was a no-show, Mr. Chairman. I make a motion, we accept the county's current value of $610,800.
So I have a motion from Mr. Ashcraft.
Second.
Second from Mr. O'Keefe. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. So the motion's carried for the current value to remain of $610,800 on hearing 3.
Hearing 4, is Dana still working?
With, yeah,
Yes.
let-
They're still outside.
we'll put,
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, let's postpone that towards the end
Yeah,
of our.
yeah.
let's
Come back to it.
See if it.
Okay.
see what-
Okay, hearing 5, parcel 03-135-047E, Erica Nations. They failed to appear.
recommend that we accept the county's valuation at $218,800.
I have a motion from
Second.
Mr. O'Keefe, a second from Mr. Ashcraft. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed, like sign. So the motion's carried for the current value to remain on hearing 5 of $218,800.
Hearing 6 was a previous reschedule. Hearing 7, parcel number 07144-654A, Charles and Carrie Funderburr. They failed to appear.
Make a motion, we accept the current value of $576,800 from no-show.
Second?
So I have a motion from Mr. Ashcraft, second from Mr. O'Keefe. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. So the motion's carried for the current value to remain at $576,800 on hearing 7.
Hearing number 8, 06-003018, Lisa and Brian Parker.
No
Recommend,
show again? Go ahead.
recommend that we accept the county's valuation of $412,800.
Second.
We have a motion for Mr. O'Keefe, second for Mr. Ashcraft. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion's carried for the current value of $412,800 to remain on hearing 8.
The next hearing will be hearing 9, parcel 06150028, Nicole and Joshua Watts. They failed to appear.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion, we accept the county's current value on this of $400,400.
Second.
Motion for Mr. Ashcraft, second for Mr. O'Keefe. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. So motion is carried for the current value to remain at $400,400 for hearing 9.
The next hearing will be hearing 10, parcel 07150-572, Mark Petrowski.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, that was the one that we just kind of last heard. So I think the county provided enough information for me, and what he had just did not, it didn't come through for much help. So he even increased its estimate to $713,400, and the county's current value is $755,700. So the county had it pretty low compared to some of those comps.
And if I and I do understand how the comps are adjusted accordingly, they're good comps. And I think we're looking at a situation again where it's a smaller, it's still a large house.
Yeah.
But it's a smaller house than what it's being compared to in the neighborhood, but it's still worth a lot of money. The house across the street that was, 180 feet away, went for, I don't know what the number is, but it was well above. I mean, it was above this. So, I don't see, I wasn't given a huge reason I like the county's
Numbers.
numbers.
Yeah,
They
I
seem
mean-
to arrive at them in a way that was rational and equitable.
Okay.
There wasn't enough sales data evidence presented to change it.
Right.
Yeah.
I make a motion, we accept the county's current value of $755,700.
Yeah, so have a motion.
Second.
Motion for Mr. Ashcraft, second for Mr. O'Keefe. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. So the motion is carried for the current value to remain at $755,700 on hearing 10.
The next hearing is hearing 11, parcel 08303-001D, Rick Lafferty and Joel Brewer. They failed to appear.
Recommend that we accept the county's recommendation of $392,200.
Second.
We have a motion for Mr. O'Keefe, second for Mr. Ashcraft. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. So the motion is carried for the current value to remain at $392,200 on hearing 11.
Hearings number 12 and 13 were a late reschedule, which brings us to hearing 14, the settled staff recommendations in which we have an agreement.
Recommend that we accept the county's staff recommendations.
Yeah, I didn't see anything here.
Is it?
But I had a question.
Let me take 1 second,
Yeah.
just in case.
There's only 4.
Well, I'm going to get to it. All right. Yeah, I agree. Make a motion, we accept the amended
Did you already?
staff recommendation.
I'll second it or whatever.
Okay.
Well, I have a motion for Mr. Ashcraft, second
Second.
for Mr. O'Keefe. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. So the motion is carried for the staff recommendations to be approved as presented.
All right,
And,
Back to 4.
back to,
okay.
Would y'all like me to put the recording on break for a moment?
no,
I'm fine if it's going to be just a minute. I mean, he still may not agree with what she's explaining to him. I was just hoping she could clarify it for him.
Well, that's why I said that makes it hard.
Yeah, yeah.
You know when you disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's,
What tab is that?
4.
Number 4.
you wanna, how much time are we gonna give them to kind of come
I was
up?
gonna give them a minute if they were about done, but if they're not,
I
if
know
they're still out there.
discussing.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, I,
Belma, if you can mention to them, we're not gonna wait on them. I was just hoping she could help clarify.
yeah, I'm ready to
Okay.
move on.
I was just hoping she could help clarify it.
Yeah, I don't wanna
Yeah.
sit here. I pretty
What's,
much, if y'all wanna discuss it, we can, I mean, you know.
The next
land that-
hearing will be hearing 4, under deliberation, parcel 022002, Timothy Ubele.
Jubilee, yeah.
That's the one with the land.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's the land right at Anson County.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Land.
Split.
Okay. Do we, you said you were gonna give him a chance to talk. I
Yeah.
don't know why we're giving.
Well, I was just, no, I think I kind of backed off
Okay.
that. I just wanted to make sure that maybe she explains and clarifies some of it with him, and we won't go back to that. So,
I don't
my error.
need any clarification, Mr. Chairman. I'm wanting to make a motion, we accept the current value of 187,800 for
yeah, I
hearing
mean,
number 4.
there was no additional comps
No.
presented to us for sales data. I mean, it was
No.
contesting the county's information, and I think.
Comparing Anson County's kind of, we can't do that.
Right, right. And I get kind of where he's coming from. I mean,
So do I.
It's right there, but
But he's
It's a
already been
different-
allowed for floodplain. I mean, everything that we can give
If they
them,
did it, that's
that
it.
we can look at, the county's already looked at.
Right. The only question I did have, and I was clarified on that, was the Lake Tweedy comp. And I understood
And
that.
that's pulling that out.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Good comps.
all right, so what's the pleasure of the board here?
Make a motion, we accept the county's value of 187,800.
Okay.
Second.
Have a motion from Mr. Ashcraft, a second from Mr. O'Keefe. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign, so the motion's carried for the current value to remain at 187,800 on hearing 4. Okay,
And that concludes all the hearings for today.
okay.
But next meeting's Monday.
Yes, there's a
yep.
meeting next Monday and next Wednesday.
One of those.
And thanks to Belma, we've already got the agenda. Now, if you make any changes, Belma, you gotta send it to me. All right.
I was kind of confused on that earlier.
The only other, I have added a late meeting for November the 19th.
Oh,
All right.
One of the meetings coming up was
When's
all
Thanksgiving?
tax rep, wasn't it?
late.
Didn't somebody mention that what meeting is that?
I believe that's the October the 27th.
Oh, okay, so that's on out there. I kept
Yes,
thinking it was
it's
soon.
not one of the next two meetings.
Okay, I kept thinking that was, matter of fact, I thought it was today till I saw the agenda. Okay. So,
It is later in October.
All right.
anything else need to come before us?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed, like sign, motion's carried, we adjourn. And we'll see you Monday. Is everybody here Monday except for Tom?
I'll be here.
We're here, and I think Mr.